I'm a safety officer and I'll be your guide through this course. We'll begin by looking at the course outline, which will give you an insight to the science of health, safety and environment to help you identify and control hazards. And by the end of this course, you will know how to ensure a safe environment at home and at your workplace. You're welcome. Now let's begin by navigating through the course outline. What are we going to learn in the course of this training? We begin by learning what HSE is, an acronym which stands for Health, Safety and Environment. We're also going to learn about PARE, P-A-R-E, an acronym which stands for Personnel, Assets, Reputation and Environment. Also, we are going to be talking about hazards, which is the greatest threat to personnel, assets, reputation and environment. The two ways to control hazards, which are alert or eliminate. Incidents, accidents and near misses. We are going to learn about unsafe acts and unsafe conditions, which are the two major causes of accidents. The third being natural conditions or acts of God. Health and safety at work, safety signs, personal protective equipment, job hazard analysis. These three are the tools required by the safety officer to perform his duties. Safety legislation and enforcement, and lastly, accident reporting. The aims and objectives of this training is to provide competence education in health, safety and environment through identification of hazards and control measures. Before now, you've practiced safety and health at your workplace or even at home as an act, just something you do on a normal day, the normal day-to-day activities. But during this course, you will learn a better way or the scientific method of ensuring safety, not just by eliminating hazards, but also reduction of hazards to the barest minimum. When talking about HSE, we can't do without some words, some terms in HSE. So we begin by talking about health, the first word of the acronym HSE. Secondly, safety, and the third being environment. An Indian civil rights activist, Mahatma Gandhi, said it is health that is the real wealth, not just gold or money. As defined by the World Health Organization, is a state of total well-being, not merely the absence of disease in a person. So, do not make the mistake of associating absence of disease to health. It's more than that. Health could be physically, it could be mentally, psychologically, and even socially, not just the absence of disease. Next, we move on to safety. Safety is the state of being free from danger or harm, or simply the state or condition of being safe. An environment is our immediate surrounding, which includes air, land, and water, the three major elements of planet Earth: air, land, and water. PARE, as I mentioned, is an acronym for personnel, assets, reputation, and environment. Hazard is anything or activity which poses a threat or can cause harm to harm. So hazard is anything which can cause harm to personnel, to assets, to reputation and environment. The two ways of controlling or mitigating hazards are ALAP or elimination. ALAP, an acronym which stands for as low as reasonably practicable. Yes, from the words in the acronym, that means reducing it to the barest minimum, to the level which the effect of that hazard is no longer felt or is felt in a low manner. Incidents, accidents and near misses are unplanned events. What the three have in common is that they are all unplanned events. Incident is an unplanned event which may or may not lead to harm or danger. Incident can also be said to be an unplanned event or something which happened as a result of an ongoing event. Incident happens as a result of a planned event. So take for instance, you're taking a walk from your room to the kitchen, and on your way on the staircase you dropped a glass of water. After dropping that glass of water, you slipped on the staircase because of the water that poured out of the glass. That was an unplanned event. You didn't plan for the glass of water to drop from your hand, and also you didn't plan to slip on the staircase. Damage may have occurred if you broke a leg or bruised your skin on the floor. That's damage occurred. But if you were still able to hold your balance and you didn't fall, no harm or damage was done to you, though the glass of water could have broken. So that is damage to the asset. Don't forget that hazards could happen to personnel, assets, reputation or environment. That's what incident is. It is an unplanned event which may or may not lead to harm or damage. Now, accident is an unplanned event which leads to harm or damage. In accidents, damage or harm is certain, but if there was no occurrence of harm or damage, we can say it was an incident. But when harm or damage is done to either the personnel or assets or environment, we can say that is an accident. So the difference between incident and accident is incident, harm may occur, but in accident, harm will occur. And the third one, near miss. Near miss is an unplanned event which did not lead to harm or damage. Unlike accidents which harm occurred, near miss, no harm or damage is done. So take for instance, with the same scenario I used for incident, you're taking a walk from your room to the kitchen. If you slipped through or almost slipped on the staircase, but you were able to grasp the handrail on your staircase, that is a near miss. You were walking but did not plan to slip or fall from the staircase, and when it eventually happened, you were still able to hold the handrail, stopping you from falling. That in that case, no harm was done. You landed still safe. So near miss is an unplanned event which did not lead to harm or damage. In accidents, I said in the introduction that the two causes of accidents are unsafe acts and unsafe condition. Unsafe act is any action or omission which does not regard safety rules, or unsafe acts are things done by personnel which could cause harm. An unsafe condition is the result of an unsafe act. So these two different words, I would like to explain them using an illustration of two workers in a factory. The first being Mr. A, who walks into the factory and operates on a machine which the stated rule is after operation on that machine you are supposed to switch it off because of the high power operation that the machine does. So you are supposed to switch off the machine after your operation, but Mr. A ends his task and doesn't switch off the machine. Now it is Mr. B's turn to work in the factory. When he goes into the factory, he finds the machine on when it was supposed to be switched off. Mr. A has done an unsafe act, has carried out an unsafe act, while Mr. B has met an unsafe condition. So the unsafe condition Mr. B encountered is as a result of unsafe act by Mr. A. So whatever you do that doesn't give heed to safety rules or safety legislations is an unsafe act, and whatever condition you find yourself in that is not safe, that has the presence of threats or risk or damage, that is an unsafe condition. Okay, the example provided in this material says making phone calls while driving. It's against the traffic rules or regulations that you should make phone calls while driving. That is an unsafe act. But take for instance a pedestrian about to cross the road. He's meeting an unsafe condition of the driver who is making a phone call while driving. I hope that is clear. Duties of a safety officer. It is the duty of a safety officer to protect personnel, reputation, assets, reputation, and environment. It is also the duty of a safety officer to train personnel on HSE matters, because it is said that a safety ignorant person could set the company ablaze. So once you have the knowledge of HSE at the end of this training, when you become a certified safety officer, it is your duty to educate your friends, to educate your colleagues on HSE matters, because if they are ignorant of the facts of health and safety, they can also be the source of danger to yourself. Third duty of a safety officer is to reduce hazards or eliminate hazards. That is to allow hazard, which we said is as low as reasonably practicable, or elimination. The act of HSE which we practice normally is to eliminate hazards. It's a no-brainer that when we find something which is harmful to us or harmful to our present condition, we immediately take it out. You won't stay in a room where fire is burning. You won't even wait for it to come close to you or far away. You immediately leave that room. But Allah says otherwise, that you can reduce the fire by extinguishing or taking out other materials which are the source of fuel to the fire. There you are reducing the hazard or the effect of that hazard at that moment. But elimination means total removal. Immediately you either leave the room or you take out everything. Sometimes the elimination of hazards may also lead to harm if care is not taken. Fourth duty is to advise management on HSE matters. You are also obliged to carry out pep talk and toolbox meetings. Pep talks are little motivational talks given out to encourage people or motivate them to do more. Toolbox meeting is designed for HSE matters strictly. So in a toolbox meeting, you are talking about HSE matters. That could be an avenue for training personnel on HSE matters in your organization. Continuation on the duties of a safety officer. Aside education or enlightenment of HSE matters, you are also assigned with the duty of conducting drills, e.g. fire drills. You are also given the responsibility to ensure that equipment and work environment are safe. You are the face of the company on HSE matters, so you are to represent the company on HSE matters in the state or federal level. Another duty of a safety officer is to determine the necessary personal protective equipment, PPE. That's another acronym we're going to be using in this course. We've talked about HSE, health, safety, environment, PAR, personnel, assets, reputation, environment, and LAP, as low as reasonably practicable. Now PPE, which stands for personal protective equipment. I hope this lesson has been very informative for you. We'll move into the next module shortly. Thank you.